to come away from head and neck. We will be revisiting it. Let's bring it back now to this is a sciatic type treatment, preventing and treating it. So what you're going to do is it's knee lifts, standing knee lifts. So what are you going to do? Flexing the foot back, lift one knee up and bring it nice and tight into your chest and then lower down. Alternate the right way. Flex the foot back is a very important part. Keep the foot flexed back, keep your spine upright, and just keep on alternating. Now for what I'm after, got to keep the foot flexed back and lift the thighs close to your chest as you can. I don't want balance to be an issue. Some days we do when we want to work on balance, I don't. So you might have to do this near a wall, just so you're taking balance out of it. So you worrying about your balance is affecting you bringing that knee into the chest, then hold onto a wall. And from the side, just make sure that your head and chest aren't going forward. How's that look? Super. Now we're going to do something slightly, again, if balance is an issue, you might want to do it near a wall. This is what you're going to do. You do it from the front. Same what you just did. Keep the thigh where it is. Keep the foot flexed back. You're lengthening the leg. You're straightening the leg, but only as much as you can keep that thigh where it is. And then lower down and alternate. Lift it in. Keep the foot flexed back. Lift the thigh as high as you can, and then straighten it. And lower down. So it's called neural gliding. Used to be called neural stretching. I think they call it neural flossing as well nowadays. They change the names. And you're moving the nerve through all the tissues. Theoretically, that's one way of looking at it. But the important part of this is the foot is flexed back and that thigh stays as close into your chest as you can. So as you straighten the leg, just ensure you're not dropping the leg down. Is there a difference between your right thigh and your left thigh? That's enough of that. Lower down. Straight leg, raise. The leg has got to get to do what we're trying to do to work on the nerve or the tissues around the nerve. The leg has got to be as straight as it can. So don't have it bent. So I'm going to do the left leg first, flex the foot back. If balance is an issue near the wall, lift it up as high as you can, keep the leg straight and the foot flexed back. Just glance in while you're doing it. Try not to do this and have the leg, because you're completely defeating what we're trying to do. So only if you can lift the leg there, that's all you can lift it, fine. But the leg has got to be straight. Alternate. Left, and then right, and then left. The biggest thing, the leg's got to be straight, foot flexed back. Don't kick it up there. Send it up there with control. And from the side, this is what you're trying not to do. So you can spot it. You're trying not to do that. Keep the spine where it is. Lift it up. Straight as you can, foot flex back. Is there a difference in how high you can raise one leg? And lower down. Super. Half roll down. But it's a strict half roll down. The pelvis stays over the hip. So in that position, the weight should be just in front, just in the midpoint of the foot. Give yourself a chin tuck. Lengthen the back of the neck so the chin goes to your chest. Keeping the hips over the feet, over the ankles. Roll down, let the arms hang there. But you're only going down as far as the hands, the fingers are in line with your kneecaps. Hold it there. Can you, now make sure you don't topple over, topple forward, but what you want to do is take your pelvis and bum forward so the weight goes into your toes. You want to come to the point where it feels like you go forward anymore, you're going to topple over. Try not to topple over if you can, but just hold it there. Let your arms relax. So your arms should be about a foot away, but it depends on how long your body is, doesn't it, to be honest, but they want to be away from your knees, just hanging down. But yeah, now just let the head relax down. So we're using the weight of the head, your chest, your arms to act as a gentle traction on the spine. And you open the vertebra up, you're sort of creating a wedge this way, open it up that way. Bit of a neural stretch as well. And then restack the spine to stand tall. Okay with that one? Just do 3 more, but strict, slowly. But you're not going to hold it there. Just hold it for maybe a count of 2. Bring it back up again. It wants to fit. You know you're doing it right because you're taking your pelvis forward. You're Your heels want to feel light, but you're not deliberately trying to lift your heels. The reason your heels will feel light is because technically you're taking your center of mass forward, over the front foot of the toes. And we're trying to, what we're doing here is decompression. We're decompressing the spine. It's actually a good one to do. Try and have the legs as straight as you can. So it might be an optical illusion. Cora, hold it there. Can you take your pelvis further forward? So you come to a point where you're going to go, woo.
Your calves against the couch.
Woo. And reach back out of that one. Brilliant. So we're going to move the spine. We're trying to create a wedge shape in the spine to the side now, side bend. We're going to build on this. We're going to do basic ones first. So the feet stay evenly weighted, the pelvis stays level and parallel to the floor. Just drop one shoulder down to the ground. Use your opposite abdominals, bring yourself back up. Drop the other shoulder down to the ground and bring it back up. And just carry on doing that. Now, you visualize what a skeleton looks like, in particular the lumbar spine. We're just trying, so as Tanya goes, just go to the left and stay there. Open up there. Open up the lumbar spine in particular. From a sciatic point of view, true sciatica comes from the lumbar spine. And we're just trying to free up, trying to get blood flowing in, trying to create space. One phrase people use, you're trying to create space, open up space so energy can flow in there. Technically get blood and nutrients in there. Now all we're going to do, still try and drop the shoulder down as much as you can. Push the opposite pelvis out. So as Tanya goes to the right, she's going to push the left pelvis out, keeping your feet flat. And you're still trying to drop the shoulder down, so don't just focus on the pelvis, focus on it equally. And you're trying to open up that wedge in the lumbar spine. And now we're going to add the head turn into it now. So as you side bend, push the opposite pelvis. As you're moving, look up to the ceiling. In fact, can you look behind your shoulder, to the wall behind you as you're moving? Everything's pain-free, not discomfort-free. So actually try and not look up to the ceiling. Can you look at the shoulder? Can you look at the wall behind you as you do it? So you're still dropping the shoulder down. Because you're focusing on the head, what some people are doing is effectively just moving the head. You're still trying to drop the shoulder down, push the pelvis out as you do. All three. Drop the shoulder down, push the pelvis, look behind you. Super, let's bring the arms into this now. So bring yourself back up. Just the first side bend. Right arm in the air, keep the feet level, keep the pelvis still, just side bend down. Use your abdominals, bring yourself back up. Swap over sides. Side bend down to the other side. Keep the arm as straight as you can for these folks, as straight as you possibly can. Away you go. And you're reaching with the arm, reach with the arm, reach with the arm. Now start to push the pelvis out as well. So you're reaching the arm up, push the pelvis out as you side bend, bring it back up, swap arms. As you side bend, push the pelvis out. And now it's a little bit more challenging in this position. At the head turn now, try and look behind you as you do it. It might feel a bit weird. Side bend, push the pelvis out, look behind you. And lower the arms down. I promised you some shoulder work.